Now, if she's got anything in hand.
Maybe not. I had a squeak she might run okay now.
Yeah,
I thought
agreed.
heavy ground last time, Foss Lash heavy ground is almost unique. I think that was against her. I think on her previous pieces of form, she's not handicapped out of it.
And then there's number 7, Hit the Rocks, is next, over to our left. Gary Moore trains this one. Gary's got a whole slew of horses running here over the weekend.
Well, the jumper bumper form last time out suggested he was in all right form, but he was thrashed over hurdles in between 2 runs in jumpers bumpers. So I don't know, it's not an obvious one to me.
And in the kind of garish rug, Long Call is the next one we can see.
Yeah, not seen for nearly 3 months over jumps, but been busy on the flat and running just okay in that sphere. I didn't think he was particularly well treated over hurdles either.
And that is your lot for the Paddy Power Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle.
Good afternoon, everyone. Those of you here in Sandown, those of you watching on the live streaming, we have a 6-race car runners making their way towards the end of the residential walk. That's making their way to the 2-mile starting point for the opener. This is the Paddy Power Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle Race. A field of 8 to go to post. We have 3 non-runners in this race. Number 2, Song of the Hunter. Number 8, Mr. Jack. And number 11, Showing the Road. Scratch 2, 8 and 11. No further changes, 8 horses about to make their way onto the course, make their way down to the 2-mile start. And the first one out on track is number 6, Olympic Honour, trained by Evan Williams, colouring in the red colours with the white lens, blue sleeves, the white arms and cap. Number 6 is Olympic Honour. Second one to go to post in the all black colours is number 3, Starboski. She's trained by Kim Bailey, who's the winner over hurdles at Southwell 18 days ago. Brian Carr has the rider number 3, Starboski. Starboski at the moment currently the 3rd favourite at 7-2. Second favourite at 130 is the brave and Farandino, trained by Anthony Honeywell, ex-England, the colours of Jacob and Manners, the gold and green boots with white cap. The winner 2 starts to go at Utox, number 10 is Farandino. Next group coming down the hill includes one of the 3 mares in the field, Born to Please, number 9, trained by Mark Usher, and the one card in the dark blue with the white sleeves and the white cap. Now preceded down the hill by Hit the Rocks, number 7, Cheeseman in the pink and dark blue diamonds riding the trainer Gary Moore. In the pale pink with the mauve star and mauve sleeves, the little mares, number 5, A Night in Lambourne.
I'm a little uneasy in the market. 9-4 open, 3-1 now. Just a slither in behind. Fanfarandino 100-30, 7-2 Stavovsky. A Night in Lambourne 5-1, 9-1 Hit the Rocks. Olympic Honour 14-1 with Born to Please. And Long Call 22-1. Nick, you said David Pipe's one of the quiet stories of the season. What about the jockey Fergus Gillard? 18 winners for the season in just his third season of riding. Looking for win number 19 on Jericho Rock.
Bang on, Anthony. If you'd asked me to guess, I don't think I'd have guessed as high as 18, but that is a fantastic season and a really good stat. And with that in mind, every little edge helps here, and a further £3 in a conditional jockeys race is a bit of a gift, really.
It is, and certainly on his form, I don't think he's badly handicapped. The Plumpton races worked out pretty well. And as I say, I don't think things went entirely... I just didn't think he looked suited to Fakenham last night. So I could see him running perfectly well. I think his mark is competitive.
But as Anthony pointed out, he's not exactly strong in the market. He's drifted out from 9-4 to 3-1, near the off as well, and Fanfarandino is holding his own, the horse who was Dr. Jekyll 2 starts ago and really Mr. Hyde last time.
Well, I think whoever you fancy in the race, you're going to be, if it's not him, you're going to be looking and seeing how that's going, because if he hadn't run last time out, I think he'd be a 6-4 chance of the way he won that day. But he was disappointing at Leicester. It's not like he travelled badly throughout the race. He travelled all right for quite a long way, and so he just completely went very quickly, turning for home. So I have no idea why, but the one who won at Uttoxeter will go very close here, even off his higher mark.
He's got a tongue tie on. It does suggest that it was a cutout, perhaps through breathing, last time. The two mares are relatively strong in the market. Stavovsky in the black colours for Kim Bailey and Brian Carver. As we said when we were looking at them in the paddock, we just don't know whether she's well handicapped or not. It's impossible to tell. I think
there's a bit of a guess involved. It wasn't a deep mares race, but she won very well. 13 lengths, 113 is certainly not, on paper, that punitive. Different sort of race, as I say.
And the interesting thing about this race is that Jericho Rock's rider Fergus Gillard, A Night in Lambourne's rider Luca Morgan, and Fanfarandino's jockey Rex Dingle, they can all take the extra 3 because they're riding for the stables to whom they are attached.
Absolutely, and they've got plenty of experience and plenty of talent. That's a lot of trainers use that. It's a very nice edge. If you don't think your horse is, that well handicapped, it's £3 for bunts, isn't it?
Well, we can head up to the commentary box now on what would be Grand Military Gold Cup Day. There's no Lance Bombardier here, but there is Mark Johnson. Mark, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nick. Yes, disappointing to miss the amateur military races this year, but all for good reasons, and competitive opener. I like Stavovsky here. Flag is raised, and they're walking in. Been led forward by A Night in Lambourne, and they're off. The Night in Lambourne has nicked a couple of lengths at the start over Stavovsky in second place and Hit the Rocks in third, with Long Call, the last of the 8 to leave the start, and has surrendered around about 8 lengths to the leader, who is A Night in Lambourne, on the run to the first of 8 flights of hurdles in the Paddy Power Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle. And it's Luca Morgan and A Night in Lambourne clear of Stavovsky and Brian Carver, who will rise in second place. Over in third position came Hit the Rocks, then in fourth Jericho Rock. In fifth is Born to Please, followed by Fanfarandino, a couple of lengths to Olympic Honour, and the back marker is Long Call. We're over flight number 2, which saw the last inner circuit's time, and A Night in Lambourne continues to hold a clear lead, and that has now extended to over 4 lengths to Stavovsky in second place, who in turn is another 2.5 lengths in advance of Hit the Rocks, who is in third. Against the rail, Jericho Rock is in fourth, the grey Fanfarandino in fifth, Born to Please is in sixth, Olympic Honour is in seventh, and a further couple of lengths back to Long Call in the hands of Max Kendrick as they reach the top of the hill. A Night in Lambourne takes them into the turn and along the Moor Lane straight. That lead slightly reduced now by Stavovsky, but it's still around about 3 lengths, with a further 2.5 lengths back to Hit the Rocks in third, Jericho Rock in fourth, Fanfarandino in fifth, and a very close 6 is Born to Please, and then a little bit more of a break back to the other 2, Olympic Honour, and still last is Long Call. So they continue their journey down the hill. Once they get into the back straight, there'll be a line of 4 flights taken, 3 quite quickly, and then a longer run to the 4th once they've crossed over to the far side of the course, the far side of the chase track. A Night in Lambourne leads them on towards the third flight. The lead reduced to 2.5 lengths now. Stavosky will rise in second. Jericho Rock moves through on the inside to just about shade third with Hit the Rocks on his outside, although on the flat Hit the Rocks has gone into third place once again. Jericho Rock is in fourth, Fanfarandino in fifth as they go over flight number 4. And Fanfarandino there was out-jumped by Born to Please, who stole the place, and they go now on towards the third of the flights down the back. This will be the fifth. And the leader landed rather hind legs first there, Night in Lambourne, but still holds a clear lead over Stavosky in second place. Hit the Rocks in third, Jericho Rock is in fourth, Fanfarandino taking a little wide in fifth as they cross over the chase track. And then Born to Please, and the last two still Long Call alongside Olympic Honour, and this is the third from home, and now they're beginning to bunch up. Indeed, they're just about covered by less distance now than they were as they left the starting point. On the inside, A Night in Lambourne holds sway to Stavosky racing in second. Towards the inside rail, Jericho Rock ahead in front of the fourth horse, who is Hit the Rocks. Out wide, Fanfarandino, then Born to Please, and then Long Call, and the one who has hoisted the white flag in his ease at the back of the field is Olympic Honour. But the other 7 still covered by only about 5 lengths now as they come to the bottom of the hill and about now to turn into the home straight with another 2 flights of hurdles to take. And A Night in Lambourne still has the lead. Stavosky has now been ridden along for the first time in second. Likewise, Jericho Rock over on the far side, and then Hit the Rocks. Fanfarandino and Born to Please, and now tap for toe is Long Call. But it is Stavosky and Brian Carver who have now taken the lead as they are about to enter the final quarter mile. And this is the second from home, and Stavosky has now gone clear. But she dived at that flight, made a bad mistake, and it really stopped her in her tracks. And that lead is reduced now only to 1.5 lengths by Jericho Rock, who's building up a head of steam towards the near side. And Jericho Rock has now taken the lead to Stavosky in second. A Night in Lambourne is in third as they cross over the final flight. And it's Jericho Rock and Fergus Gillard towards the grandstand side, out in front by about 3 lengths to Stavosky. A Night in Lambourne trying to rally, but as they race up towards the line, it will be a second win over hurdles this season for Jericho Rock. Jericho Rock wins. A Night in Lambourne rallied for second, and it was very tight for third between Born to Please and Stavosky, who was getting very tired as they hit the line.
So you can make that winner number 19 of a very productive campaign for Fergus Gillard, who claimed the additional £3 in this conditional jockeys race and has won aboard Jericho Rock for David Pipe. Jericho Rock belying a significant unease in the market beforehand, and as they turned out of the back straight, it scarcely looked likely. He needed every bit of this, but in the end he's won quite nicely. Maresville second, third and fourth. The runner-up is A Night in Lambourne, who carved out much of the running. It is pretty close for third between the staying on Born to Please and the fading Stavosky, who made a very bad mistake. 2 out, Steve.
I think you can see why Fakenham was a shot on the sharp side for it last time out. I think this stiff track has really helped him. Obviously it would have been closer if Stavosky hadn't really blundered 2 out. Did he get the third? Yeah, he's
Born to
anyway.
Please has done her for third.
I have a feeling this would have won anyway. It's guesswork, I don't know, but it stayed so well in the end, and 2 out, still quite a long way out here. I think it might have won, but it was a real shame for Stavosky what happened, because he travelled very well throughout, he jumped very well until then, but it was a really significant mistake, a real momentum stopper. I think there's an advantage to be ridden somewhere out of the pace, you'd have to say. The eventual second got a really soft lead out in front, but able to dominate. Stavosky, who didn't, who dropped away to fourth in the end, but that's that second really nicely placed, and the winner was only about fourth place early on. So, as is often the case, I think being ridden handily was not a disadvantage. That was a bad mistake.
The idea that Stavosky would not be in the first 3 2 out was pretty ridiculous, but she's really emptied after that terrible blunder. And Jericho Rock has been brought toward the stand side. That might have been the best place to be.
Could be. It could well be. I mean, who knows? But he